I think the situation coming out of Dallas is so interesting because apparently Jerry Jones is open to trading elite edge rusher Micah Parsons. Now, this comes as no surprise because they don't really have the money to give him, and I don't think they can afford it because if you take a look at their salary cap right now, they are kind of in purgatory because this is going to be their contract situation going into 2025. I still can't believe they extended Dak Prescott personally. He is going to be 32 years old, making so much money. He has a $90 million cap hit. He's going to account for almost 33% of the cap. Ridiculous. I don't know why Jerry Jones gave him that contract. I thought they should have moved on, extended CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons. You have two elite things, and just go draft a quarterback. But no, they paid Dak and they paid CeeDee, which makes this a very interesting situation because next year they owe Micah Parsons $24 million, and then outside of that, they don't have him anymore. So potentially trading him is the best thing, get some assets back. But again, that Dak Prescott extension makes no sense to me because they are not competing right now, and I just genuinely don't think Dak is a quarterback that can legitimately win you a Super Bowl. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe Jerry Jones sees something I don't, but that organization has been a dumpster fire for a long, long time. Same with mine, but like still, why do that? And it's also very interesting because this came out before CeeDee Lamb got extended. It was a report by Stephen Jones, I believe. He said both of them regarding to CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons, rightfully so, believe they should be the highest paid non-quarterbacks in the league. Totally respect that, but it is very difficult to get both of those done because guess what? They don't have the money, and for some reason, again, they extended Dak Prescott. I don't get it. I feel like these two extensions should have came. They should have let Dak walk, go somewhere like Las Vegas, and let his career carry on and still have a productive career, but just like not a Super Bowl worthy one. But for some reason, Jerry Jones threw the bag at the wrong person in my eyes. He's done that his whole career ever since like 2010, and he fumbled the bag. He messed up, and if they do extend Micah Parsons, they're literally going to have zero money. He put himself in a hole where they almost have to trade Micah Parsons, and he understands that. This is what he said in regards to a report that says he could be traded. He said, "I understand how the business side goes. There's no hard feelings in this business, whether I'm here or anywhere else. Obviously, I've stated that I want to be here, but at the end of the day, I understand the business side." He wants to get paid. He wants to get compensated for his play, which is elite. But at the same time, he kind of knows Dallas doesn't really have the money to give, and he would love to continue to play for Dallas. But is that in the cards? I don't know. And this is so interesting because apparently, like, the Cowboys just haven't ruled out trading him. Like, I understand it from both sides, and this is something that almost has to get done in my eyes just because they don't have the money. And if they do pay him, because this is such a premier position to have, which is why I assume they were going to pay the receiver and the edge. Have two premium superstars, go get a cheap quarterback, let him play on his rookie contract, and you got a star-studded team there. You could build out, you got a right tackle of the future. Like, you would have had so many building blocks. Just let Dak walk. This wouldn't have been a problem. But now, Dallas is sitting in a position where they're not ruling out the potential opportunity of trading Micah Parsons, because now you want to get picks back. You're at least going to get a first-round draft pick, I would assume, and here they are. It's so interesting, and Micah Parsons just wants to win football games, whether that's in Dallas, whether that's somewhere else, potentially Arizona. Like, that's all he wants to do is win. This is what he had to say in regards to the Cowboys' success this year. He said, "They wish they were having more. I want something greater. I want a Super Bowl. I'm in my prime. I feel like I'm untouchable right now. Team success brings everything else. I said I want an unofficial, no one ever else to wear number 11 again. You know what I got to do for that? I got to win some titles." He wants his legacy cemented in Dallas. He wants to be one of the all-time greats. He wants to be in the Ring of Honor, but it might not be in the cards there. It might have to be somewhere else, unfortunately, and he is having a heck of a career so far. I can't state this enough. He almost has 50 sacks in 4 seasons, and he has missed games this year. He's played 10 so far, has 8.5 sacks. In 2023, he had 14, 13.5 2022. Rookie season, 13 sacks. He has been nothing but productive. One of the best edge rushers, one of the best pass rushers in the league. And if a team like the Arizona Cardinals could get him, this would be such a complete defense. And this is a guy that you need to have. And if Dallas is willing to trade him, you at least have to ponder that idea. Because like I said, 8.5 sacks and a forced fumble this year with 21 solo tackles. The guy is just an absolute unit, and the Cardinals desperately need help at edge, but it's going to cost, and it's going to cost a lot of draft capital, and it's going to cost a lot of cap space. Now, what kind of takes me back is this really a Monty Ossenfort type move? Because we haven't seen him make a premier trade. We saw at the trade deadline, he got Baron Browning, and that was it. Everybody wanted to see like Azeez Ojulari, give up some picks for Calais Campbell. He didn't do that. He stayed put. He knew what the long-term goal was. He wanted to spend money next year potentially. Like, I still think it is a 3-year rebuild. I think that is the plan. Go all in next year. But is he willing to give up draft capital and pay somebody? I don't know. It doesn't feel like a Monty Ossenfort move, but if anybody was to get traded, I think this is somebody really got to consider picking up the phone for, because he is just an otherworldly talent. And if he is willing to get traded and the Cowboys are willing to trade him, it's kind of hard to pass that up. This is what his current contract looks like right now. He's still in his rookie deal, but next year they're going to owe him $24 million. And after that, he is an unrestricted free agent. So the Cowboys, if they do want to trade him, probably are going to have to do that next year while he's making $24 million. An extension will probably get done on top of that, but this is what it's looking like right now. Whatever team has to take him on will potentially get him to a 1-year deal where they get $24 million in cap space. They have a $24 million cap hit, and that is 8% of their cap. Ridiculous. But I think the Cardinals can afford this right now because we're going to have so much money, but we have to get extensions done like Budda Baker, for example. So it's interesting. But having an elite edge rusher is something that every NFL defense needs. If you want to be successful, you need an edge. And if Nick Rallis can get his hands on Micah Parsons, ridiculous. I can't even imagine the things he would scheme up. This would elevate the defense to a whole nother level. Now, you have to extend Budda Baker too. He's going to want close to top money for a safety. And if you can extend him to like a 2-year deal, would not be opposed to that whatsoever. I would love that. And honestly, just throw the bag at Micah Parsons. Would not be mad. It depends on draft compensation, though. I would give a first-round draft pick. I don't know what past that, because you have to extend him as well, and I feel like that lowers it a little bit. I would throw a first. If that gets it done, call it a day. Because this is where things start to get tricky, because you're going to owe him big-time money. Now, if he wants this, I can't imagine parting with anything more than a first-round draft pick, because Nick Bosa is the highest paid edge, and he is making $170 million in his contract, $34 million annually, which is $6 million higher than Josh Allen. On the Jaguars, not Josh Allen on the Bills, ridiculous. And we saw Brian Burns get $28 million. Now, if Micah Parsons is sitting here and he's willing to accept like $30 million, get this thing done. Would not complain whatsoever, because you still have some elite guys under here. Trey Hendrickson, he's making $21 million. Joey Bosa, $20 million. Max Crosby, $23. Like, there's some great players. Myles Garrett, $25. But these happened way earlier than that Nick Bosa contract. So, if you can get Micah Parsons for $30 million or potentially like $29, would not complain. I don't know if he's going to accept that, but if you offer him, let's just say $30 million, I'd say like, let's say $29,500. If he accepts that, becomes the second highest paid edge rusher, and you give up a first-round draft pick, that is a match made in heaven. Will he accept that? I don't know. Does he want to crack $34 million plus? I don't know. The reports are showing he wants to be the highest paid, which would be over $34 million. Are you willing to do that? I don't know. Do you just go the draft route at that point? I'm not sure. But if you give up a first-round pick and he's willing to accept $30 million a year, is this a trade you're willing to make, Cardinals fans? Or if you're a fan of another team, where would you like to see him? I don't even want Micah Parsons for the on-field. I want to see these competitive chess matches that him and Kyler Murray would have. That would be just the most entertaining thing, you know? Just kidding. I could give two craps about that. But it is interesting because off the field, Kyler and Micah Parsons are kind of close, I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting as well. I mean, that means nothing, but I'm just saying on-play performance that Micah would bring to this team and the way Nick Rallis would utilize him would be fantastic. And I would love to have him, but honestly, I don't feel like it's a Monty Ossenfort move. But if there were any move to be made, this is something we should consider. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up today's video. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Do you want Micah Parsons in Arizona? Do you want to deter away from this? How are you guys feeling? Cowboys fans, also chime in. Do you think he will get traded? Do you think he'll get an extension done? What do you want personally? And honestly, I want you guys to give your take on the Dak Prescott extension, because I think that was absolutely stupid. Let me know if you agree. But if you guys did enjoy today's video and are fans of the channel, man, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content. So if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.